Well, the weather for the whole of the south of England will continue as it has for the next few weeks. It's going to be hot and moist, with temperatures rising steadily as time goes on. There's a chance of steamy moments as we move into the... sod it. We never wanted to do this. We never wanted to be weathermen and women making innuendos about hot atmospheres and drizzly countries. We didn't want to be child-friendly. We didn't want to bang on about being for over 18s only. We want to talk about our sexy adventures. We want to be lifestylers, leaping from bush to bush as we sail down the rivers of British sex clubs and mountains of crazy experiences. The cheeky purple mamba, the liquid silk pumped liberally into our hand, the rodeo classic brief harness complete with Tantus curve, the Enjoy Pure One stainless steel dildo, the hot octopus digit, the ever so short messages on Fab Swingers, the sexy friends on Twitter, and the mighty vanilla alternative. With my best girlie by my side, we'd swing, swing, swing.
Get in the gym or to your car. With our advice, you could go far. We fuck things up and we make mistakes. And talk about our sexy dates. It's getting hard for this to rhyme. Just as well, 'cause it's bed hopping time.
Hello and welcome to the Bed Hoppers podcast. My name is Mr. H.
And I'm Mrs. H.
Happy New Year. This is episode 92. Welcome to 2021, the year that is going to be much better than last year.
And also the year that cars will fly.
Really? You think cows will fly?
No, cars, not cows.
Oh, I thought you said cows will fly.
Why would cows fly?
To go over the moon?
How utterly delightful.
You don't know the car for that joke.
Cars are going to fly this year because it's the future.
Okay. We are now in the future.
We are in the future.
Let us ditch last year and move on to this year.
Yes.
Mostly by talking about last year, which is kind of what we're doing.
Yeah, but you have to kind of bring last year into it to kind of focus on this year.
Well, that's true. So we're going to take you on a journey.
Oh.
Yeah. Or you may just be driving and listening to this, in which case you're having a journey regardless.
In which case, where are you going? Why are you driving? You're supposed to be in your house.
Yeah. Stay in your house.
In District 12. Never leave.
Wash your face. Comb your hair. Thank you, baked potato or whatever it was.
God, don't bring baked. Do you know what? Baked potato should be in my all-time list of things I hated about 2020.
Really?
Bloody song's awful. If you sing it, I am literally ending this podcast now.
Really? You're ending it?
I am ending it.
You're more likely to end me than the podcast.
I hate that song. I heard it way too many times.
Anyways, before we go into our sort of summary of last year,
yes,
I thought we'd mention one more time. Thank you, everyone, for the wonderful comments that we had about our Christmas YouTube special.
Did we get some comments?
Yeah, we did get some comments,
cool.
which was good. Yeah, someone actually watched it, which was nice. Thank you.
Was it you 250 times?
Yes, it was me just hitting refresh. And we've also had some entries to the competition. Now, that's going to close in about 2 weeks' time. So if you haven't sent us your entry for that, which is a competition, do so today, and you might be in with a chance of winning a Bed Hoppers t-shirt.
What happens in 2 weeks?
The next show's out.
Oh, all right. So you actually do have some strategy to the 2 week deadline.
Yeah, die.
Yeah.
You do, don't you, die. So yeah, so if you want to watch the YouTube special, good luck with that. It's only about 20 minutes long.
It's glorious. And 19 minutes is me talking you through a Christmas film.
It is.
See, I didn't say it. Didn't say what the film was.
You didn't say what the film was. It's just as well. We've had a number of entries through. I think only one person has them all correct at this point in time. So, you could be in it to win it.
Suspense is killing me.
I know, right? Well, we won't know who's going to win it until we've had more entries in, I think.
Cool.
But
even though it's not Christmas now, go and watch the Christmas film thing.
Yeah, it might entertain you. You never know.
Yeah.
So in this episode, what we thought we'd do is have a look at 10 great things about 2020. In fact, we're going to call this episode 20 Things About 20.
Yeah. All right.
And yeah, something like that anyway, because that sounds sort of numerically sound.
I am not numerically sound.
No, I know that. So we thought that 2020 actually, despite being an absolute
generally stupid year.
Yeah. That actually some good stuff happened. So it would be good or fun to reflect on some of those good things that happened and then cover some fun things and then gloss over kind of what we're looking forward to for this year, 2021.
Cool.
All right. Okay. So we've got a list. We're going to attempt to waffle our way through this list. So the first thing is 10 great things about 2020.
Cool.
Mrs. H, do you want to go with the first one?
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was my idea.
Okay, good.
This one.
This one. Yeah.
Yeah. I was particularly excited about the fact that I was able to spend loads and loads of time with our pets.
Yay!
In fact, I think dogs and cats all over the world, and actually I'm not restricting it to just dogs and cats. I mean, there's tortoises and hamsters.
Other pets are available.
Pets like rabbits. But generally, in terms of my perspective, dogs and cats.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, sadly, we did lose one pet this year.
We did. So we got another one.
Yeah, we pour out a drink for Mr. Kitty, who is no longer with us. But Bolson down the hatches and...
welcomed Halloween Noodles.
Yes, Noodles, who is a tiny, scary psychopath, but looks really, really cute.
Oh, she's so pretty, but deadly.
Yeah, pretty but deadly.
Yeah.
So it's been really good this year, just spending time with the pets and also trying to get Noodles into a shape where she doesn't kill everything.
Yeah, it's funny because all she's known in her existence is that people are around her all the time.
Don't you just know it?
Whereas pets, traditionally are used to their owners kind of going out for work and maybe being on their own for hours at a time. So pets, I think, have probably benefited the most from 2020.
Pets at home.
Pets at home.
Exactly that. Right. Okay.
Do not roam.
They don't roam at all. They're not allowed outside. Number 2, I think this year has been really great for establishing lots of new relationships. Now, some of this isn't face-to-face. We've not really had much opportunity to do that this year, although we'll come on to that. But we've actually managed to meet or get in touch with lots of new people. And that really surprised me looking back, because we kind of went through, who have we met, who have we spoken to, who have we been in touch with? And actually, there's a lot more people than we realised.
I think we probably met more new people virtually than we've ever met in a year, like physically in a way, because there's not really much to do apart from entertain yourselves kind of with, alternative forms of meeting, really. So,
but what I've also liked is that we've been able to introduce people to other people virtually as well, which has been really good fun. Certainly, I know that our WhatsApp and our Wire and Kik and Telegram and all those bloody apps seem to be constantly busy with conversation, and Twitter with great conversation, and that's been really fantastic. And that's been a bit of a lifeline for us over the course of the year, I think.
It's funny because it's almost like I've never done anything like online dating before. So, in a traditional sense, like meeting a new person I want to form a relationship with.
Yeah.
So it's interesting that all my relationships this year pretty much have been formed virtually, and very few of them I've actually seen face to face. What
I hope this does mean, though, or doesn't mean, is that it's not like 2020 is the year of disappointment where we meet all of these people.
Oh my God, can you imagine?
And they're
like, wow, you have some beauty filter on your Zoom.
Yeah, you've turned the beauty thing on Zoom up to 100%.
Oh no, wouldn't that be awful though?
No.
It won't happen.
It won't happen. It won't happen at all. Which leads me on to number 3, which is all about Zoom and Skype. Have pretty much saved the day for us throughout the course of the year.
I think you should get a T-shirt made with, "You're on mute. I can't hear you. Can you see me yet? I can hear you, but I can't see you."
Well, I think Zoom and Skype have really helped us stay in touch with not only sort of family and friends, but also lots of our lifestyle friends. And We've always chatted on Skype because we've got friends in different countries, and that's really helped us. But with the people that are even sort of closer and people that are in this country, it's really helped us stay in touch.
Even people down the road, we've had to, do Zoom.
Yeah.
Because you just can't see them face to face. So
you can't do bits, so you do Zoom.
Can't do bits, so you do Zoom. That's another great phrase.
Is that a T-shirt?
Yeah, it should be.
Can't do bits, but do Zoom. But that's been really helpful for us. And I think even on New Year's Eve, we had a great Zoom chat with some really good friends.
It was like 5 hours, wasn't it?
It was
so good. It was such fun, though. And the good thing is they aren't like, you don't have to be in the chat all the time. You can like come and go, get drinks, potter around. One of you is always kind of there having a little chat.
Well, this is just life now, isn't it?
Because it's almost like having someone in your front room just hanging around with you.
Except kids show up, pets show up, people need to go and get drinks, people need to go to the loo. It's just this constant cycle of things. But I really like that. It's given me quite a lot of, it sort of filled in some of that gap of actually going out and meeting people.
It's been really funny. One of my biggest sort of takeaways from last year was meeting Sapphic swingers virtually, obviously, because they're fucking miles away. And also PCAP didn't happen. And it's been really interesting. We've kind of got to know them like they've been just hanging around making their dinner and at the same time, like chatting to us. And it's this idle, wonderful conversation that just happens for like a couple of hours where you're both just doing your thing. It's just like having amazing friends that you just can't wait to meet.
It is. It really is. And they've definitely been a highlight of this year.
Yeah, they have.
Which has been
amazing.
Fantastic. Ms. H, do you want to cover number 4?
I do. It's a Swingers TV show.
Oh, yeah, we did TV.
So, I mean, I think this is a highlight for me because it gave us the chance to try and represent the community in a positive way.
Yeah, we tried really, really hard.
So even though the TV show wasn't necessarily received in a positive way by everybody, because some people felt that maybe it was poking fun at the industry a little bit and making it into something a little bit more salacious, for me, it was good because we got the opportunity to put a stamp on it and kind of sell it in a good way.
Yeah, I think it was I don't know what it would have been had we not been in there. So
Yeah,
I kind of like to think that we brought something to the table.
We definitely brought something to it.
Yeah, maybe.
We didn't bring a giant dildo to the table, though.
No, we didn't.
No.
Maybe we brought a nice level of blandness to it.
Too posh to play.
We brought a nice level of middle of the road. But
Yeah.
no, I think it was really useful doing that. And not only did that give us a bit of sort of exposure and not literally, but it also kind of introduced us to a whole new circle of people. Mm-hmm. And what I've really liked about that show is off the back of it, lots of new people have been in touch saying that they're thinking about joining the lifestyle and how do they go about it. So we've been able to point them in the right direction or give them some advice or point them to other resources, which has been really cool. Of course, starting to swing in a pandemic, probably not the best step, but
really isn't.
It does give you lots of opportunity to do your research, to kind of get stuck in, find out all the stuff that you need to, so that when the doors do open again, when the gates open, I think I mentioned that last week, you can, jump in feeling a little bit more secure with yourself.
I think a lot more secure in a way because, part of the worrying part of getting involved in swinging for the first time is sometimes you have to just rip the plaster off and get in and kind of not know what to expect. This way, you've had so long to build up in your head, figure it out.
You're going to not only rip the plaster off, you're going to rip your clothes off as well.
Rip your face mask off.
Face off.
Face off.
Okay, number 5. So we actually have managed to have a few play dates throughout the course of the year.
Oh, yeah.
Which has been nice.
It's not a complete write-off because there were times in the year when things did definitely settle down. And also the first sort of 3 months of the year were COVID-free, really.
Oh, relatively
COVID-free.
Yeah.
Before things started getting locked down.
But I think this year we really focused on sort of, because we had to and we wanted to be as risk-free as possible, it's been much more sort of 1-to-1 or 2-to-2 kind of things rather than going out to different places and all that sort of stuff.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
We've talked about some of these experiences on the show before, but actually when we look back, we were surprised by how many experiences there were if you total up the tally.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a whole year, isn't it? So, that's quite a long period of time.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, not to say that we wouldn't have liked more play dates throughout the course of the year. Yeah. But just wasn't safe to do it. So we've tried to do the right thing and tried to, when we're not able to go out, we haven't gone out. And when we're not able to play, then we haven't played. Mm-hmm. But when the opportunity has been possible and things have aligned, then yes, we have tried to take that. So it's been fun. But I was really surprised when we look back quite how many we managed to fit in, certainly in the first few months of the year.
And certainly ticked off a few things on the bucket list.
TikToked.
No, God, no. TikTok. I'm not 12, no.
You're not 12, okay. Number 6, the hop-in. So for us, this was a long, arduous process of getting a bar built.
It's a real labour of love, wasn't it?
In our garden. So, it started off quite early in the year, and it's been a hell of a long journey, and then it got broken into, and all sorts of things happened. But we finally do have the hop-in. It's ready for business. We just can't have anyone round. So, we hope that we're, in 2021, we'll be able to share the hop-in with you. It does feature in our Christmas video.
Yeah.
So you get to see a little bit of it there. But for us, we really wanted to do something that would that we could reap the benefits of later on, I suppose.
Yeah, so it's going to be really exciting to finally show the people can't wait to meet physically.
Yeah. Come on down to the hop-in.
The business time hasn't started yet because, still pandemic. But
I think this goes back to that, if you've got this time where you can't really do very much, then I've preferred to use that time rather than wallowing around in it to actually go and do something positive. And the hop-in is a real symbol of that for me, that we've kind of had this sorted out. We've built it. We've kind of put it all up and got it all together so that when we can entertain people again, we're ready to rumble.
We're ready. Yeah, I agree.
Plus, it's meant that we can sit in a bar outside and have a drink and go in the hot tub, which has been fantastic for us. Miss H, number 7.
Well, I think it's fair to say we've really, really enjoyed being able to help the community during the last year?
Yeah, for me, there's been a few moments where we've done that. The Swingers TV show we've already talked about, but we managed to do PCAP. We did our sort of FAC off specials, should I say? And we did the Christmas video on Christmas Day. That was really fun doing that. And I think one of the things that I really want to do is just make sure that the community looks to be the best that it can be, and the people in it represent really, really well.
I think we've kind of almost, not single-handedly, obviously, but we've kind of kept the flag flying a little bit throughout the year. Even though you can't really do anything physical, very little, we've kind of still managed to keep the passion going, like virtually.
Yeah, I think there's definitely been a bit of that.
There's no reason not to stay in touch and have fun adult conversations when you can.
Yeah, and I think that's really important. I also think it's been really important with all the new people that have been thinking about stuff, being there for them, trying to help them on that journey. Oh, journey's such a...
You're going to have to start singing it.
No, I'm not. But really, I think there's been lots of opportunities throughout the course of the year where we've been able to help people, like be it through offering advice, not that we're certified experts by any stretch of the imagination, being able to provide people with links or support other shows. So we've tried to do that as much as we can. And looking back at the year, I think we did a pretty good job of that.
I think it's also been good to maybe get some exposure out there that there's other things available to do, like when we interviewed Townhouse about, what they're going through and what the industry is facing. So we've been able to kind of point people in the direction of the online parties and, what they can do instead to try and reach out and help.
Yeah.
So it's been good.
That's been really important for me, I think. Especially as, sort of some people will have seen that Swingers documentary and they'll have a mixed impression. So, anything we can do to help make the community look better is a really good thing. And I think there's been, when we spoke about it quite recently, there's been a lot of media attention on Swingers. So anything we can do to balance that out and make us all seem like kind, good, generous human beings, the better off we'll all be, I think. And plus, the nicer it seems to everybody on the outside, the more chances there are of people joining and thinking, I might give that a go. They're not all sex-crazed maniacs.
Sex people, Lynn. I watched that episode the other day.
I know.
I really enjoyed it.
I was there. I was sat next to you.
Great.
Thanks.
I should point that out. This is Alan Partridge I'm talking about.
Oh, yeah.
Just in case no one understands.
Excellent. Number 8, we were also able to see some people throughout the course of the year. Now, quite different to playing with people. We've been able to keep up with people socially. And there's been a couple of highlights. And I remember the first one that I'm going to talk about, you were able to meet people in their garden.
Oh, yeah.
So there
was a point at which we were actually able to socially distance and meet people in a garden setting.
And we caught up with Hiscock Her Tail.
We did.
In their garden, all very above board, no touching, just all 2 meters apart, etc., etc., etc. But that was one of the first sort of moments where we hadn't been able to see anyone and we were actually able to sit in the garden.
In the lovely sun.
In the sun and catch up. And that was just absolutely fantastic. Further on in the year, we were able to see Kiwi and Cherie from Sharing is Caring. And they came on our show and explained why they'd been so quiet. So one of my favourite things about this year is them actually having a baby.
Oh, my goodness. What a lovely thing to remember about 2020. And I know that for so many, it's been a year they'd want to forget. But actually, for so many people, it's actually a year they want to remember because they may have welcomed new family members and, managed to do something in the year of the pandemic.
I mean, granted, having a child is in no way as difficult as bringing a little kitten into the house. Let's not forget how difficult that is. But guys, that was fantastic. Congratulations, well done, etc., etc., etc. But that really made us happy when we looked back at the year and thought, you know what, that's been one of our highlights to not only meet such amazing people, but also for them to have such amazing, joyous news.
Yeah,
which was really cool. Sweetheart, number 9.
Well, the community helped us.
Ooh,
I know.
No, that was great. Do you want to elaborate?
I do.
Elucidate.
So, I will elucidate. I mean, I think I feel so privileged to know such a huge amount of lovely people since we've kind of got involved in this kind of lifestyle. So not only did I have an enormous outpouring of love and support from people when things weren't so nice earlier in the year when I lost my mum, but all through the year, people have been there for us. And sometimes like the bad things are as silly as just waking up feeling a bit grumpy and just another thing going wrong and everyone keen to blame it on the year that was terrible. But at all those points, the community kind of reached out and were there for us in various kind of touch points, whether it just be a quick call, a text, a WhatsApp, whatever it was. It's just lovely to constantly have all these friends around us.
Yeah, from people getting in touch over your mum to when the hopping got broken into, people arranged a collection and actually sent us some drinks. And it's been really fantastic to have that level of support. Now,
lovely people.
Yeah. So we really want to thank everybody throughout the course of the year for all of your help and supporting us. You know, that's been really touching, actually, looking back over
and
the course
keeping
of
the show going. You know, like listening to us when they can. And I know people can't do the same they used to do. Like, you know, they can't go to the gym as much, they can't commute as much. But it's been lovely that people still kind of reach out and give us feedback about the show. And
yeah, it's still shit.
Oh my goodness. And I know we've not had anywhere near as many like exciting adventures to talk about because obviously you can't. But
What did you call me?
We've managed to do lots of other things, I think, and it's been really nice that people have, you know, reached out and said that they found that useful still.
Yeah,
so thank you.
That's really good. Now, number 10 here. This, I think both of us put this down, but it's been absolutely fantastic. One of the greatest things about the course of this year is that we've been able to spend every day with each other. And the fact that we haven't killed each other is a minor miracle in itself.
Blessing and a curse, eh?
It is, but actually there's no one else I'd rather be locked down with. And we've been able to, you know, have fun together. We've been able to cry together. We've been through it all. And, you know, I know there's been times when you've nearly given up and you've just thought, fuck it, and it's just been an awful day. And all of a sudden we've been able to lift those spirits and make each other happy again, or at least drag our asses through it.
I know you keep trying to make me exercise.
Well, you know, we'll get to that point soon, actually. But but no, I would. There's no one else I'd rather spend my lockdown with. And you know, if this year, if 2021 means that we get to spend more time together again, you know, that's a win already in my book. Quite frankly,
that's very sweet.
Oh, you're all right there.
Oh, yeah, I am. It's been amazing spending every day with you, and I'm eternally grateful that we have such a great relationship, but we can kind of be in each other's pockets 24/7 if we have to. And
literally.
And be okay with that.
I know. It's good, isn't it? They say smugly. Ha! Right. So we've got 5 fun things about 20 that we wanted to share. So do you want to tell us about the first one, Mrs. H?
I do.
Because I don't want to hear it, but you can tell us about it.
Well, let me tell you.
I'll tell you for why.
I am, of course, referring to Pokemon.
You gotta be the very best, like no one ever was.
Well, I have a new set of challenges now because, rather excitingly, Niantic released the cap on level 40 and they have now bought us extra levels, which I'm super excited about. You can wake up because I'm going to keep talking about Pokemon.
Sorry.
Do you know what? I actually have so many cool friends in Pokemon from this amazing community I was speaking about. And every day I love opening gifts and stuff from people all over the world. It's amazing. Anyway, I love Pokemon and it's continued to keep me sane this year and last year. And it's going to keep me sane in 2021 because there's loads of cool events coming up.
So you made level, 40 or something?
I made level 40 earlier in the year, yes, in April.
There we go.
Thank you very much.
So your crowning achievement of the year.
Oh, well, but now there's more levels.
Oh, okay.
So I'm busily working my way through the next.
But importantly, have you caught them all yet?
No.
Oh, okay.
You know full well I haven't.
Right. Do you want to talk about number 2?
I do. Or maybe I should say, well, hello there.
What was that?
It's you and your ridiculous Obi-Wan Kenobi hair.
So I grew some Obi-Wan hair.
You did. You tried to.
I tried to. Well, after months and months of bitching about the fact that I couldn't get my hair cut, it was kind of Obi-Wan or die. And then, you know, it got to a point where I was able to have my hair cut.
And thank goodness you did.
Yeah. I think we've said this is a fun thing, but really what it's been is me bitching about my hair for several months. And Mr. Edge going, just let me cut it for you. I'll cut it for you. I'll cut it for you. And there was no way on earth that was going to happen. So
you attempted to grow Obi-Wan Kenobi hair.
I did a bit, yeah.
Which Obi-Wan was it?
It was episode 3.
It was Ewan McGregor, wasn't it?
Well, it was only going to be Alec Guinness hair.
I just wanted to point out that you were going for a specific look.
For a specific look.
A specific Obi-Wan look.
That's true. Unfortunately, as I went through every door in the house, waving my hand as if they would open, that didn't actually happen. So, yeah, and the Jedi mind tricking you into anal didn't work either.
Oh my God.
What?
You always said you'd use your powers for good.
I did.
That's really Sith-like.
No, everyone wanted to see it, so that's what we did. Right. Number 3. I'm going to talk about this one.
Oh, okay, go on then.
Because you worked your ass off, particularly at the beginning of the year. And for those of you that don't know, Mrs. H was doing another degree. So you were doing like one of those home schooling.
Yeah, I did I kept working whilst I was studying for a degree. Yeah.
Yeah. So, and you did this all while your father was really ill.
Yeah.
And while your mum was on her way out. And you still managed to hand in assignments throughout the course of the year. And you did really well. And you kicked its ass. You graduated.
I had to do it virtually, sadly, but it's all good.
Well, you mean you were drunk at the time?
I mean, the graduation thing was virtual.
But I really wanted to recognise this as something that you achieved. And it was really fun because actually when you got through it, the relief and the pressure taken off your shoulders was fantastic. But, I can't stress enough that we went through hell just to kind of
I nearly gave up so many times.
Yeah, and it was amazing that you got through that. So well done you.
Yay.
Nice work. Hurrah.
Thank you.
I mean, it's not as good as your Pokemon achievement, but
no. Let's not diminish that at all.
No, not at all. So the other thing that I want to recognise over the course of 20 that was fun and nice was there was some amazing television.
Yeah.
Stuff that we've really enjoyed. And Star Wars with The Mandalorian.
Knocked it out the park.
They knocked it out the park. And actually, it's in a world where everything looked like it might be burning, Star Wars just gave everything the big V and just carried on producing really good fun stuff.
And it had the best theme music.
They did.
Oh my goodness.
But, there was Tiger King as well. There was, which was, do you remember that? Like, that was the thing that everyone watched.
It was batshit crazy, wasn't it?
But it was great and it kept us going. But what I really loved about this is that we've been able to have conversations about all of these things. So they've given us great things to talk about while we've been Skyping, Zooming and whatever with family, friends and loved ones. So that's been really cool. And there's been some great little films that have come out. Like we watched Soul quite recently.
Oh, that is so good.
I'm not crying, you're crying. And all this stuff has happened. So, actually, when you look back at the year, it's not been too bad. There's been some good creative stuff that's been out. And we've caught up on things that have been out forever, but because of the lockdown, we've had time to sit in and watch it and catch up on all this good stuff, which I've really enjoyed.
It really is a year for Netflix, isn't it?
It really is. Other streaming things are available, of course.
Well, yeah, but it's been the year of Netflix.
My fifth and final fun thing about 2020 was that we actually made T-shirts. We had a T-shirt shop. And don't forget, yours are available. Please follow the link on the website.
And we've seen some amazing, lovely people modelling them.
I know.
Out in the wilderness.
What's actually amazing and incredible is that we made T-shirts and people have bought them.
I know. It's been really cute.
So if you've bought them, well done. That's just, honestly, it's such a thrill to see someone really wearing your T-shirt out. Not that we've seen them out in the world, but we've seen photographs of people out in the world wearing those T-shirts. And that for me has just been really touching, actually.
Yeah.
Not that we make very much money off of the T-shirts.
But it's not about those. It's about
people are wearing merch from our show, which is just crazy.
And I reckon throughout 2021, I might well come out with some belters of things that you would put on a T-shirt.
Okay, maybe that should be what goes on the T-shirt.
Huh. Yeah, but very often I don't realise I'm saying them.
No, I know. That's the amazing thing about them. So let's move on to 2021.
Yes, let's be in it and around it.
In and around 2021. So we've got a few things that we kind of want to draw attention to and think about as we go into the new year. Actually, before we do that, I just really want to say thank you to everyone throughout the course of the year for keeping with us, actually. And,
they're all amazing, aren't they?
All of these fun things that we've just spoken about and all these weird facts and whatever, or our view of the year, some of them just wouldn't be possible without you. So please give yourself a moment to give yourself a high five. And give each other a hug. If you're not too hungover
for New Year's Eve, and go and have a drink.
Well, give it another couple of days and I might have recovered. But honestly, thank you so much for everything that you've done. Now, hopefully you're going to stay with us into 2021. And we hope that 2021 is going to be a much safer place for everyone. We hope that the vaccine starts spreading as quickly as the virus did, and that people behave throughout the course of the early part of the year, and that this whole thing can just fuck off, and we can all start having an amazing time, because I think we are all owed a great point of the year, a great time, and the chance to see our loved ones, friends, and family again. So
we will meet again, and we will all be amazing. So I'll get to touch people.
You get to touch me.
Yes, who was the fucking touch me?
So hopefully, with all that in mind, with the thought that the vaccine is rolling out across the world, that everyone's starting to become more safe, that everyone behaves in the point up to then, what's 2021 looking like for us? So for me, the first one is around the human connection. There's people that we want to meet that we haven't met in real life.
I want to meet the shit out of.
I'm going to meet the shit out of you.
I'm so excited to meet all these amazing people we've been talking about that we've been lucky enough to catch up with remotely. But when I meet them, oh my God, brace yourselves, because I'm just going to touch you all over.
If you're sat in the first 3 rows, you will get wet.
I'm just so excited to actually finally, and I'm going to put so much more love into everything, that I'm going to be so grateful for touching people again. And I mean in a nice, tactile, give you a hug way.
I'm going to keep walking forwards, touching. And if you happen to get in my way, it's...
I just don't think I ever really realised how much I value human touch.
This is true.
Even a hug. Just a hug. It's just so weird and alien to me not having that tactile experience.
I would like to point out, gentle listeners, that I have been hugging my wife throughout the course of this period. I have not been restricting the flow of hugs. Now get back in your box. No hugs for you.
We've hugged the shit out of each other. We really have. But you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just so weird not hugging people.
It is strange. And I think what's been really fascinating is that we've continued to sort of talk to friends and people that we've already met. Of course we have. But there's also new people. So there's this beautiful combination of excited to meet new people, but also excited to reconnect with people who we already know.
It's going to be so good. And that's not just because we're swingers that I say we want to hug. Just saying.
Why do you keep using air quotes every time you say hug?
I don't know, because maybe a hug means something else.
So number 2, moving on to number 2 for 2021, the Bedhopper Social. This will rise again like the phoenix from the ashes.
Yes.
We are going to get people together, and we are going to party hearty like it's, I don't know, what's a good year to party in?
1999.
Is it?
But it was, according to Prince.
Okay, fine. We'll do the 1990.
I mean, I don't know what was so memorable about that party particularly, other than it was just nearly the millennium.
Okay. We're going to party like it's 2021, motherfuckers.
Yeah. It's going to be epic.
Epic. So we're going to bring the social back. We've still got tickets on hold. We've still got the venue on hold.
Deposit.
We've still got people's deposits. So we are going to make that thing happen.
Oh, it's going to bloody happen.
But we're going to probably open up the numbers a bit. So
yeah, I think I'll have to be, because we've got so many more people now who want to join it.
Look at me. I'm so popular. Who wants to come to my fucking social?
Hugged. By me.
Hugged by you. So for an extra $5, you get a special hug from Mrs. H.
Some of them might not even want to be in the social. They just want to hug me and then go away. I'm here for the Prosecco and the hug, please.
See, I would like, I'm ambitious about this, but I would like to get the social moving at some point in the year. But I'd also like to do another one by the end of the year.
Oh, yeah.
So, double down on the socials if we can. Make it a twice a year thing.
Yeah, okay.
That would be awesome. But obviously we need things to be safe. We need people to be safe. So we have to work through how all of this stuff will work.
So, get your shit together, please.
Yeah, get your shit together, world. We've got a fucking social to run. Okay. Mrs. H, number 3.
This is mine. Yeah.
This is yours, is it? It's both of ours, I think.
No, because you're bloody moral and good and haven't stopped exercising all year because you're really good. I, on the other hand, just went right off it.
You went right off it?
Off fit.
Off fit, okay.
So my 2021 challenge will be to get fit. And I don't just mean, stop eating carbs like I'm trying to get diabetes. I mean I need to feel better about myself. And only so much, moaning about it. I've got to actually do something.
You need to put the gusto with which you moan about it into the actual effort of doing the fitness and the exercise itself.
Well, I've just talked about all these amazing people that I'm going to hug when I meet them, and these amazing socials. And it's no good if I'm just looking like a bloody Cumberland sausage and the background dessert, eating my weight in sausage rolls. I need to actually look apart. Otherwise, you might go off me.
Oh, it's too late for that now.
Awkward.
I put an advert out. It's in the press, yeah. No one has replied.
Yeah, no, I'm going to sort my shit out and get fit again. I've had my year of wallowing and having reasons. And I did have reasonable excuses at first. But then I think I just dined out on them a bit too much. Kept dining out.
Kept dining out in general.
Or dining in.
Yeah, exactly that. Exactly that. Okay, so getting fit again for next year.
Well, just generally getting fit for my own health as well.
Yeah, I think it's a useful thing. And I think we both need to kind of focus up on that. So that we'll start that after this recording, in fact. So it'll be good.
Oh, screw you.
Yeah, you will. But only after you've done a number of press-ups and sit-ups. And...
For the love of God, man, just give it a rest.
You just said, I really want to get fit for this year.
Well, I know that, but I didn't tell you what date was going to happen.
You said in the new year. It is now the new year, so it's too late. All right, okay. Number 4 for me is train Noodles, because that cat is a tiny psychopathic...
Well, good luck with that. I don't know how you're going to do it.
I don't know how I'm going to do it either.
I don't know what you're missing here, but cats do not like to be trained.
No, I know. But something's got to happen. I've either got to staple her to a door or I'm going to have to train her. It's one thing.
I shall look forward to this.
Yeah.
How are you going to train a cat?
I don't know. I'm going to research it. I'm sure there's a thing on YouTube.
Get Jackson Galaxy. That cat whisperer man with the funny sideburns.
Yeah, maybe get him along.
And the funky glasses.
Let's bring in Super Nanny as well.
And he turns up at people's houses going, "Your cat is out of control, ma'am," and then gets his box of feathers out or something.
What was that?
It's Jackson Galaxy being a cat whisperer. You're welcome.
Is that like a jive talking for? Your cat is out of control.
What you need, ma'am, is a system of...
Why is he calling you ma'am?
Because he's polite. And that's what they do. Polite people, they call each other ma'am, don't they? And then he'll get an intricate system of
pulleys,
things around the house that they can run around at the top.
I've watched some of his videos, right?
And he always has a guitar case full of feathers and stuff.
Yeah, but most of his advice seems to be do whatever the fuck your cat wants. It's like, your cat is attacking your Christmas tree. Give your cat a Christmas tree. Your cat is climbing out of the furniture. Give your cat a taller, better piece of furniture than you've got.
Yeah, he's basically saying if you want cats in your life, you have to embrace it and actually let them run your house.
Yeah, if you want your cat to survive, build another fucking house and let it live there like a king.
Do you know what his latest bit of advice I looked at was? Apparently, if your cat's being fussy with its ablutions and its litter tray, apparently you need to give them 3 litter trays, right? Not 1, but 3. So we have a choice of which one they use.
I don't even have 3 fucking toilets on my home. This is...
And a selection of toys. And
a selection of magazines ladders to read while she's in there. I've bought you Cat Monthly, Cat Digest.
Cat Fancier.
Yeah.
Cat Tickler.
I think a cat tickler is something quite different here.
Oh. Is that in his hidden section in his guitar case?
Section, yeah, maybe. Right, moving swiftly onwards. Number 5. I really want to repair the damage done by swingers who have been playing in a pandemic. For me, I think this community has the ability to be something great, something fantastic, and it can be supportive and caring and sexy and fun and all of those amazing things. But I find that can also be a sort of less fun side where people aren't safe. They aren't doing what I'd say was the right thing. And I think looking at all of the stuff that happened last year about Naughty New Orleans, where lots of people caught COVID and where there's still been parties going on and where you can go onto sites and people are still trying to organise dates constantly without any care for how this thing has been spreading. For me, it's really important that we role model as much as we possibly can and try to show the community in the most positive light possible. Mm-hmm. And because I love this community, I genuinely get so much joy out of it and so much fun and so many sexy times too. But unfortunately, I think if you're a Joe Public looking in at what we're up to, then you're already going to be judgmental. But if you know about what's been going on throughout the course of this or last year, then you're probably going to be even more judgmental. So for me, I really want to try and make the most difference possible in this community and really role model it wherever I can. Now, I'm not always going to get that right because, people are only human, and we all get it wrong, and we often take missteps. It's in our theme song, we fuck things up and make mistakes. But actually, I think just by being kind, being sensible, by being safe, that we can actually try and show people that this is a fun thing to do, and this can be a healthy thing for people.
And there's a huge majority of us, I think, who do want to be safe and keep others safe. And our priority is not having a quick bang and getting our rocks off, but actually there's a time for this to return, and that time is when things have settled down and it's safe to do that. Yeah,
at the moment it's kind of like, you shall not pass kind of stuff, but at some point we've got to open up the one ring, haven't we?
I think the difficulty is, if it's not safe to go to your friends and have a cup of tea, then why would it be safe to go and fuck a stranger?
Yeah.
It's no no-brainer, isn't it?
Fuck a stranger sounds like check a trade. You get a little leaflet, chuck through your door.
Fuck a stranger. Ooh, okay. No, I think you're right. And I think if we as active people in that kind of lifestyle of people who like to engage in, relationships and sex with other people, we think it's not safe to do it, then God knows what the general public must think, who do have this kind of observatory view of it and think, can't keep it in their pants.
Yeah.
Like, why would they do that?
Yeah.
So it's,
I think there's more we can do, and I hope that we can really, really show the fun side of this in 21. So that's been our 20 things for 20. We've got one final one because that'll top it up to 21.
Ooh, see what we did there.
Yeah, though my math may not check out, so apologies.
Well, don't look at me.
If fine, whatever. But the last thing that I want to mention is, and I said it last year, I'm going to say it again, eventually I want to start doing more stuff on YouTube because I think it's really fun, but it's also a really good way of reaching people who ordinarily won't come into contact with this sort of thing.
Or people like me who don't know what podcast is.
Yeah, exactly. But, I think I say YouTube specifically because most TVs now, or modern TVs, have a YouTube app. Most computers, all computers pretty much have access to it. So it's a really good means of being at people's fingertips really easily. So I'd like to do much.
You like to have people at your fingertips.
I do. I really do like having people at my fingertips.
Yeah, I see you did that.
Yeah, I know. So I really want to explore what's happening in YouTube and kind of what we can do with the show there. And, even if it's like a little 5-minute clip here and there, but just try and offer more, not advice, but be more representative and help direct people to the right places. So try and fill some of that gap. But, we'll see. It takes a lot of effort to do YouTube and, there's only so many hours in the day. Though apparently if you are working from home constantly, you might be able to find a few more of those in the future.
Well, I think that'll be the way for a while, won't it?
Just a little bit, dear.
Yeah.
So I think that's pretty much it for our roundup of 2020 and 2021. We'd love to hear if you've got any thoughts on what's happened in 2020. What's the experience been like for you? Or if you've got any thoughts about what you'd like to do in 2021.
Actually, I'd really like to hear people's thoughts on what they are looking forward to.
Yeah? Okay.
Absolutely.
Those hugs with you.
Those hugs.
Hugs. Well, if you want to get in touch, we're bedhoppersuk@gmail.com. Or you can find us at bedhoppersuk on Twitter. Or we're just bedhoppers in Fab and Double Date Nation. And Instagram, we're also bedhoppers. Yeah. So we're around, get in touch. Let us know what you think. And don't forget to watch the YouTube special that we did over Christmas and send in your answers to the competition.
Cool.
Yeah. Ms. H, do you want to do your thing?
I do indeed. Again, thank you everyone for tuning in, and thanks for hopping into our bed.
So I've been thinking about how we train the cat, and I was thinking about some sort of cat-related gym.
Cat-related gym?
Not gin, because that would be weird.
That would just be really odd,
that would probably just kill me.
Yeah. So what's this gym look like? What's in your gym?
It's
some tiny dumbbells?
Yeah, tiny. You tie weights to their feet so that.
Oh my God.
So they get really strong and jump good. There's like a treadmill with a mouse on the end, like a dangling mouse. They never actually catch the mouse.
I like those videos where a big fat cat is on a treadmill, like walking, and they do like hydrotherapy and they're walking through a tank of water.
I like how I started talking about a cat gym.
And she meows straight away.
She has turned up, yeah.
Hey, Noodle.
Like Beetlejuice, you say her name 3 times.
Or Candyman.
It's close to Candyman, I suspect.
It really is.
Yeah. So also at the cat gym, I think there's going to be like some ladders they can climb up and some ropes they can scale. It's going to be pretty cool.
You've been talking to Jackson Galaxy, I can tell.
Yeah, I have.
He just turns up and makes their houses into actual cat havens.
There's no catnip because performance-enhancing drugs are banned.
We got a catnip mouse for Christmas.
We're an enablers.
It's gateway drug, isn't it? Oh, she's next to you.
Oh, she can do that. I said, don't fucking touch me. She's looking at this. No.
Hey, Noodle.
She's there. Keep away from the mic and the tea and the things.
Oh.
Anyway, Cat Gym coming to a gym near you in 2021.